Good evening, beautiful woman. Welcome to Isaiah's Inspiring Evenings, a podcast full of goddess stories, witches' secrets, colours of women and fairy seasons to integrate serenity, abundance, joy and magic into your life. This is episode 22, The TooMuch Woman Rants Again, talking about duality, rags to riches and Persephone. I am Isabel, creatrix, magico-pragmatic life and business coach, goddess teacher and traveling priestess, and this podcast aims to accompany you for peaceful and inspiring evenings. Isaiah's Inspiring Evenings is a podcast published every week on Saturdays, and you will find more info and the references I am talking about on the website isabel.com. Subscribe to the podcast on the platform of your choice to be informed of the publication of each new episode. If you like this podcast, you can support it by leaving stars, blue thumbs, and reviews on whatever platform you listen to me. The TooMuch Woman Rants Again, talking about duality, rags to riches, and Persephone. So yesterday I was in a class with my incredible mentor, Joanna Hunter, on her program called Divine Downloads, and she was making a point about the depths of darkness some people experience before finding their way to the light. She was explaining that going low in energy, allowing the low energies to pass through us and not suppressing them, actually opens up the path to the higher energies and to the light. She was saying that she really had met very few spiritual people who had not experienced some true dark night of the soul, and adding that the law of duality states that for every energy, there is an equal opposite energy. So if the dark that is available to you is very dark, then the light that is available is really huge too. She added that we sometimes don't like the ideas that spiritual people are capable of darkness. We prefer to think that they are just love and light, fairy wings and loveliness. Sometimes we also don't like to think that we have been there, in the depths, in the darkness. And she repeated, the deeper the darkness, the more capacity for light there is. The depths of the darkness expands the capacity for light. Someone then commented, the darker you go, the lighter you go. This comment annoyed me so much. There is a conflation here. This is not what Joanna was saying. She was saying the darker you go, the lighter you can go. Remember, we have a choice at all times. What to do with the darkness then? Well, nothing to do. A lot of being though. We must anchor the darkness, the shadow, as an equal teacher, added Kate Gold. Yes, makes so much sense. We can choose to stay in the darkness and dwell there, thus justifying the poor little me stories we tell ourselves. Or we can choose to use the shadow to propel us into the light. But remember, the lighter you go, the darker you can go too. We expand the capacity for both sides at the same time. The lady's initial comment supposed that people who were or are lucky enough to not have experienced the worst of darkness have no chance to see the light? I resent this idea so much. I sat with the resentment for a while, and here are the feelings that emerged for me. No, suffering is not the only way to the light. Yes, darkness is a teacher, and a freaking good one. No, it's never all rainbows and unicorn. This is also a very dangerous attitude because it negates any low energies and bad feelings, thus keeping them hidden inside myself and not letting them pass through me. No, basking in the darkness because it supposedly opens up more light is not the way for me. I sat with the resentment for a while longer, and here is what came through. The rags to riches stories, the I have gone through hell and back narratives, the fables of going from darkness to light, They are a masculine way of looking at time, and a masculine way at looking at our lives, a masculine way of looking at our stories, a unidirectional upwards path. That is not how this works. Time, and I will write more about time at some point. Just watch the picture on the blog to get what I'm talking about here. Life experiences, the path to awakening and enlightenment, they are feminine paths, cyclic ones. They mirror Persephone's journey into the underworld and out again at springtime. We go through cyclic energies of darkness and light. We are made of cycles of darkness and light, intertwined and beautiful, all part of us and all part of the universe of the one source. Like the moon, we cycle from the light down to the labyrinth of darkness and back up into the light monthly, yearly, eternally. I believe, along with Joanna Hunter, that the cycles are like a spiral and that we can go higher and higher, always circling around our sacred center, our heart and soul. So I stand here in front of you, naked, stripped to a bare minimum, and tell you my truth. I know darkness. I know her intimately. I have faced the fear of darkness. I have been overtaken by it. Not anymore. I refuse to stay there. Darkness, just like light, is passing through my human body and my human experience. My soul holds it all. And I am opening up for so much more light. Not because I deserve it, not because I've suffered enough, but because I choose to hold more light, more joy, and more love in my human experience. And I'm ready for more darkness if she comes. We will dance again, and I will come out stronger, because I choose it. But most days I'm getting ready for so much more light. It gets to be easy, joyful, and loving because I choose it to be. I am a child of the universe. I am a starseed of the cosmos. I am a shard of light of the one source. I am loved. I love myself. I am love. Food for thought? How about trying it? How about moving to a place where nothing justifies suffering, but you can sit with your unsuppressed emotions, words and all, at all times, while they pass through you, teaching you to open up for more light and happiness than you've ever experienced. If you feel this is the path, if you are a TooMuch woman too and desire to fully step into this superpower, I am the coach for you. Let's connect in a free Dare to Shine discovery call and see if we could work together. You will find the link in the description of the podcast. And by the way, if you're up to it, I have a new 3-week group program, also led by Persephone, about choices and decisions and fully trusting yourself. More info about that in the description too. That's it for this episode. The next one is still in creation. Thanks for listening, and don't forget, if you want to support this podcast, share, subscribe, and leave stars, blue thumbs, and a review on whichever platform you listen to. If you want to be accompanied in the change processes that life offers you, if you want to participate in the awakening of feminine energy in the world, live your life as a goddess, know the secrets of witches, and apply the rituals of fairies in your daily life, please contact me by going to the VIP coaching page of my website, isaiahbell.com, or by participating in the retreats, programs, or courses that I offer regularly. You can also subscribe to my newsletter to be informed of all the news in the real and virtual world of Isaiah Bell. You will, of course, find this podcast on all platforms, Google Podcast, Apple Podcast, Spotify, etc., but also on YouTube and on my site, isaiahbell.com, on the podcast page